everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm excited that you're here. Today, I'm going to be giving you important tips on how to nail a teacher job interview that is proven to prompt callbacks and even award possible job positions. I feel it's important to educate our teacher community on this because our workspaces and our jobs are actually different, which means the way that we prepare ourselves for these workspaces are different, and we need to understand why. So stick around and let's get on to these tips so that you can get the tools that you need for your next job interview. Tip number 1, dress professionally. Now, I know the teaching career can seem laid back and comfortable, but we are still a profession, which means we need to sound and look professional. Future employers always look at the way that you dress, the shoes that you wear, the kind of makeup that you have on, and the way that you style your hair. Now, this doesn't mean that you should completely disregard your sense of style. However, it should motivate you to figure out ways to mesh your sense of style with professional looks that help to portray your personality and show your future employer that you're serious about your job. Tip number 2, always have mini portfolios. It is important to always have mini portfolios because it shows your future employers that you are organized and professional. A mini portfolio always contains your resume, your cover letter that is specifically drafted for that school, 1 or 2 recommendation letters, copies of important certificates, and a reference sheet. Now, future employers always like to look back at your documentation as they talk to you because they like to refer back to your accomplishments, your experiences, and what people have said about you so that they can get a sense of who you are as a person and professionally, and also realize whether you are a good fit for their school. Tip number 3, know your stuff. Now, during a teacher interview, there are 6 specific types of questions or sections during this interview that you should be aware of so that you can properly prepare for them. These 6 different types of sections or questions assess your knowledge as a teacher and also assess whether you are a good fit for their school environment. Now, the first type of question will probably be to assess whether you have actually researched their school and found out information about them. The second type of question will probably be to assess what kind of educational terminology you are knowledgeable about and very used to using. They want to know if you know words like ESL, ELL, collaborative learning, IEP, differentiated instruction, formative and summative assessments. They want to know whether you know these things or not because these are words and terminologies that will be used within the classroom and within the schooling space every single day.
If you want to know more about all 6 types of questions, definitely watch to the end so that you can get more information on my free guidebook.
Tip number 4, know specific answers by heart. Now, this tip was created for 3 specific questions that you will definitely be asked during your teacher interview. The first question would be for you to give 1 skill or characteristic that you're good at and 1 skill or characteristic that you are currently working on, and why. The second question would be asking you whether you've been in a conflict resolution situation, how you went about that process, how you resolved the situation, if it was resolved at all, and what lessons you learned out of it, and how you've applied those lessons into your life right now. The third question would be asking you if you've ever worked in a difficult working situation, meaning maybe your environment wasn't comfortable, or maybe the coworkers that you had weren't very collaborative. What steps did you actually take to make sure that your working space was calm or peaceful, or that you were able to push through that working environment or that working experience to be able to be successful? Tip number 5, role play interview sessions. Now, it's important to role play interview sessions because, first of all, they help you to reduce nervousness, which in turn helps you to be more confident on that day in yourself and in the answers that you give. They also help you to practice the answers that you will be giving to questions that you know you will definitely be asked during your interview. And they also help you to be comfortable having conversations with people, especially potential employers, because they want to make you feel like you have a chance to say what you want to say, but they also want to know what kind of person you are, whether you are relatable and comfortable within that space, or if you're just like a robot, which they don't need. So definitely role play interview sessions so that you can be well prepared and versed for your interview day. Tip number 5, ask smart questions. Now, during your teacher interview, you will be given an opportunity to ask your future employers questions about their school or about them. This is an opportunity for you to actually boost your interviewing session because you can ask questions that they are willing to answer that you definitely can't find on their website. Ask them questions like if they practice team teaching, whether they have a school-wide classroom management system that should be implemented in every classroom. Maybe they have different processes that they're implementing now that is not listed on their website, or maybe they're just introducing new curriculums into their classrooms that are still not listed on their website and they would want you to know about. Let them know that you actually are interested in them and their school well enough to be able to prepare yourself to work well with them. Tip number 7, research salary rates. It's important for you to know what exactly you will be paid for the position that you are interviewing for. Now, as a teacher, you should know that we have staple amounts that we are paid per experience that we have. This means that you are paid a specific amount per the year of experience in teaching that you have. Now, the only difference is if you are a teacher who is also a coach within that school, or if you are a teacher who has a bachelor's degree and a master's degree, or if you're a teacher who has both or all three master's, bachelor's, and PhD. Now, the only difference is very slight, and it means that you will just be placed in a different category of teachers that will be paid a little bit extra over the teachers that just have maybe a teaching certificate or just a bachelor's degree. For teachers who are also coaches, will probably be given just stipends that will be added on top of your normal amount for that year, but it doesn't mean that the amount that you're given for that year really changes. It just means that you are given an extra stipend. Now, you should know this information before you go into your interview so that you don't ask your future employers these kinds of questions because you should already know. And there are simple ways to get the information that you're looking for. Simply go into Google and type up the name of the school plus the salary year, and you will be able to see how much teachers in the position that you're interviewing for are getting paid in that school. And you'll also be able to see whether those salary rates have actually increased during the years or they're still staying the same. You can also find out this information on Glassdoor, and you can also find out this information on LinkedIn. And Glassdoor and LinkedIn both give extra information, like other teachers kind of giving their own experience within that school, whether they liked it, whether they appreciated the amounts that they were paid, and it gives you extra insight to figure out whether you want to actually move on in this process. Now, one of the most important tips in this video that you should keep in mind is to smile and be polite. Employers or future employers and interviewers actually generally love people who are joyful and excited to be there. Show that you are actually looking forward to this experience and that you are grateful to be there and that you are grateful to be interviewed by them. Show them that you're interested in what they do and show them that you are interested in adding value to their environment and to their network of teachers. So definitely always keep a smile on your face regardless of whatever problems that you are having that day. Be very polite and respectful, and you will see the difference and change within your interviewing process. Be receptive and communicative, but most of all, learn their names and send a follow-up email or card letting them know that you are grateful for the opportunity to talk with them and for the interview, and that you definitely look forward to hearing back from them. These tips on how to nail a job interview may be foolproof, but I will caution that they will not work if you do not put the effort and if you are not passionate about becoming a teacher. One thing that resonates with hireable teachers is their passion for education, which shines through their personalities, because it is something that employers are looking for. They want people who love the job, are knowledgeable about it, and with whom they can build good working relationships with. Now, in my description box down below, I have pasted a free downloadable guide that will help you to remember all the information I've given in this video and will also help you to plan ahead for your next interview. Subscribe and hit that notification bell down below because in my next video, I will be talking about how to develop the perfect summer to-do list for new teachers. Definitely check out these two videos so that you can learn what to expect as a new teacher. As always, have fun teaching, and I'll see you next time.